Hello everybody, this is Cinema Cody, and I'm gonna do kind of a different video. Requires some explanation and it's kind of weird and different. It's something that I'm into, probably be something that a very small amount of people would be into, but who knows? Let's see. So, I'm a big fan of Conan O'Brien. I discovered him when I was probably like 12, 13-ish, 14 maybe. Um, had never heard of him before, and a friend of my brother's, he was a big fan, and he was like, turn the TV on, turn the TV on. I think it's time for Conan. And I was like, Conan? What is Conan? I don't think we get that channel. What are you talking about? It's like, no, it's on regular TV, like you pick up with the antenna, just like what was it, NBC, NBC? And I was like, I have no idea what Conan. I have no idea what that is. I couldn't have imagined him in my brain at all. I actually, for some weird reason, when he said, it's this guy named Conan and he's a comedian and he does like this show and there's like skits and he has celebrity guests, it's like a talk show or whatever. And he's like, I don't really care about the celebrity guests. I always turn it off when they come on. I just like the skits at the beginning, and his opening monologue is super funny. I was like, okay. And I was picturing a black guy, like a tall, skinny black guy, shaved head, bald. I think I was picturing someone that looked like Dave Chappelle or something. Um, I don't know if I was getting him mixed up with Nick Cannon, Conan. I don't know why. I had no idea who Conan was, but for some reason in my mind, I was imagining he'd be like a tall, skinny black guy, in his 30s to 40s, shaved bald head or close cut short hair. Um, so you can imagine when Conan O'Brien walked out, this tall, skinny, lanky, um, unique looking guy with red hair with the weird, like, like wave at the top. He looked absolutely nothing like I imagined he would look. He was hilarious. And after that kid introduced me to him, I started staying up late at night and watching his show all the time, and I became a huge fan. This was back when he did I think it was his original talk show. It was like late night with Conan O'Brien or something, and there was like crescent moons and stars, and um, he had been on for a long time, like I think since the early 90s when I was like 2 years old, but I had never heard of him. And back then he was with Andy Richter, like as his little side guy. When I started watching, I didn't know anything about Andy ever even being there. He was just by himself, I believe. And then it was like him by himself, and then he had the Max Weinberg 7. Is that what it's called? Max Weinberg 7 or 8? And he would have some banter back and forth with Max Weinberg. And I always thought Max Weinberg was kind of creepy and weird, which they kind of played up in the show. And then he had some other funny cast members, like this little guy, I think his name was Bernard. And he was really creepy and weird, and he would do little skits with him, where he was doing weird things like buying mannequins and drawing pictures of women with big boobs. It's hard to explain unless you're into it. But anyways, that's kind of how I discovered Conan. I watched him throughout that show, and then I watched him as he got promoted to the Tonight Show, and I was all excited for him. I thought he definitely deserved it. I thought it was awesome. I saw him through the Jay Leno fiasco. I was totally on Conan's side. Then he went and did that tour type stuff where he was on the road. I didn't follow him super close with all that, but I was aware of it. Then he had his new show on TBS. I was a fan of that. I don't have that channel because I don't have cable or whatever. I don't know what it's on, but I see, so I only watch clips of it on YouTube and stuff. So it wasn't quite the same as the old days where I used to watch it as it, like, on the actual channel. I used to watch it as it aired. Um, Now I was just watching clips of it on YouTube because I don't have TBS. And now this show is over and he has a podcast called Conan Needs a Friend. And I've seen him do other kind of little things on the sides as well. He has an assistant named Sona Monsessian. I have a hard time with her last name. Sona. And they have a very funny relationship. And I had no idea who Matt Gourley was, but I guess he was like a producer or involved in some way with the show. So his podcast is mostly him and Sona and Matt, the three of them together. And it's like a perfect combination, I think. I love all three of them. Sona, Conan, Matt. They work perfectly together. They're all funny in their own unique ways. They all bring something different to the table. They all bounce off of their personalities perfectly with each other. It's really cool. um, but yeah, I had no idea who Matt Gourley was. I just know him from the podcast, and I've grown to love him. I love his. He has just this really. He has a unique personality. I don't know how to describe it. He's like super chill, laid back, but he just, like, he'll wait for somebody to say something, and he'll come back with the perfect one-liner, sarcastic comeback. Like just the perfect one-liner comeback or something to add on to that, or just comment to, like, add on to it. He's one of those type of people that is just kind of quiet, sits back, super chill and mellow, and then they just spit out these hilarious little quips, little sarcastic comments or whatever. And he's really quick. He's really good. He's good at making fun of Conan. He's good at making fun of Sona, but you can't get mad at him because he's just so chill and smiley and nice, and like, he just seems so innocent. And he's one of those guys that he doesn't seem, it's hard to explain. Like, he's when you first see him, you don't think, oh, this man's like so smart and such an intellectual guy or whatever. He's one of those guys that he acts just like a normal guy, kind of chill. Maybe he dumbs himself down, I guess, or whatever. But but he's secretly like a genius. He's super, super talented and involved in all kinds of stuff. And he's just I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not in your face, but you know that in the background he's really talented and into a lot of things, and he just has like a lot of creativity built up in him or something. Like Conan. Conan seems like this average dude, dumbs himself down, makes himself seem like the everyman, whatever. But we all know he's a genius. He's super smart. He went to this very prestigious college. He can write good. He's funny. He's artistic. He's a musical. He can play multiple instruments. He can, I've heard him speak multiple languages. Like, he may not be fluent in other languages, but he picks stuff up pretty quick. He's traveled all over the world, and he can relate with people from all different sides of different opinions, different places in the world. And that is intellectual. That is smart when you're not like closed off and you can kind of take in the world, other people's opinions, whatever, and you can get along with people from all over the world. And he can be sarcastic, he can be mean, and, but at the end of the day, he's I think he's a very good person. I've seen him give inspirational type talks to people that, make you cry, and it's just so like he acts sarcastic and kind of mean on the surface, but you can tell that he's a really good friend, and he's probably a really good husband and dad, and probably has some really deep, like, nice inspirational wisdom that he's given to people over the years and made them feel amazing. So I was watching their I don't really listen to the podcast. I'm not super into podcasts because it's weird to me to just listen to them. I listen to them if I'm in my car, but usually I watch them when I'm not. And I prefer podcasts where you can see them, like on YouTube, where it's filmed and you can see them talking to each other, instead of just listening to them. So I watch the filmed podcast on YouTube. uh, Team Coco. So go to Team Coco. It's like an orange circle with white words. It says Team Coco, and give it a watch, give it a look, give it a listen. It's pretty good. He doesn't need me advertising for it because it's doing very well for itself, but. So he does different things on the podcast. I just see bits and clips of it. I don't watch the whole thing. I just see bits and clips that are put on YouTube. He has regular people on that I don't know how they get these people. I don't know if they write in, they're like, I want to do it, I want to do it. I don't know. Somehow they get regular people that are probably a fan of Conan's from his show or whatever. That have interesting jobs usually, or interesting hobbies, or something that they can talk about, and they'll have them as a guest. And Conan and Sona and Matt, usually Conan's leading the discussion, asking most of the questions and things, and Sona and Matt are just kind of in the background, and they might ask a question or throw in a comment here and there. But usually it's mostly Conan that's leading the discussion, kind of interviewing and talking, just having a very casual conversation like you would on the street, like anybody would just talk, like with a friend or something, like in your house. They're just chatting to this person, asking them questions about their life or their job or whatever, their hobbies, if they're married, if they have kids, stuff like that. I didn't watch this episode, but apparently it says 1 month ago, and I'm assuming it's this one. It said Conan learns about eye herpes. They said they had this lady on that worked with eyes, and they were asking questions like, what's the craziest thing you've seen with eyes or whatever. She said, well, this person came in and they had their eye like poked out or something by a chicken. A chicken had attacked them and like gouged out their eye or something. And they were like, what? That's crazy. Apparently, Matt Gourley piped up and said, oh, my great great grandfather, my third great grandfather or something like that, he had his eye poked out by a chicken in the 1800s. And he actually had a picture of his like great great grandfather with the eye poked out, ready to go, right there next to him, and he pulled it up and showed them. And this is not like, I didn't see that episode. I probably should have watched it before I filmed this, but whatever. It's a 2-minute, 22-second clip that they probably didn't even talk about it in this one, because I think this clip is just about the eye herpes thing. So I don't know where I could watch the other one. So then 3 days ago, they posted a clip, which is the one I saw, and I had no idea what they were talking about. Matt Gourley wrote a song about his one-eyed great-great-grandfather. So they were explaining how in that previous episode there was this lady, eye doctor lady. She said that someone came in with their eye plucked out by a chicken. Matt Gourley piped up randomly, was like, my great great grandfather's eye was plucked out by a chicken, and he had this picture on him. And they're like, how in the world did you have this picture of your great great grandfather with his eye plucked out from the 1800s ready to go? We did not plan this whatsoever. We did not know that she was going to talk about a chicken eye injury at all. Like, it's just the most random thing ever. And they were joking about, he's like, I've been waiting to bring it up forever. I've been trying to mention chickens and stuff like that, which is not true. But he's like, I've just been sitting with the picture waiting for you guys to bring up chickens and eyes in some way so I can bring it up. So they're like, no, why did you have that picture on you ready to go like that? That is so weird. And he's like, he was hesitant to tell them. He's like, actually, I'm in a band, and apparently Conan didn't even know that Matt Gourley was in a band. Like, I don't think either one of them knew it. So he's like secretly in a band, and they don't even know about it. That's weird to me. If I was in a band, I would tell everybody I know. Like, he's just in a band, and they put out an album, and his co-hosts on a podcast with him do not even know that he's in a band, unless they were faking it, which they could have been, I guess, but it's kind of weird. But they're acting like they didn't know about this. But he was like, I'm in a band, I play guitar, and I'm writing, I've wrote a song about my great great grandfather, and he had his eye plucked out by a chicken when he was a young kid. And I had his picture because I was making the music video for it. Using some kind of technology with an old printer. Some old printer, and it's going to be like a telling the story as the song goes along in the music video, and he's adding the picture in there somehow. And that all sounded very interesting to me. I didn't have a clue what kind of music it is or anything, if it was good or not. And at the end of the clip, they're like, okay, we're going to show the music video. And they just started playing the music video. So I saw the first few seconds. It was a female singer, which I did not expect. And I guess Matt's playing guitar. And it's kind of the type of music that I'm into. It's kind of like country. I don't know if you'd call it bluegrass. I can't remember now because it was a couple of days ago when I saw it. But I saw a few seconds of it. The way the music video looked, the way he was doing things with the printer, looked really cool. And I was like, I gotta react to this on my channel because it's really just different and strange. And I love history. I love ancestry and stories about, people from our past. My mom is really into genealogy, and she's always telling me all kinds of crazy stories about our relatives, like, oh, this one was killed by bushwhackers, and this one was attacked in a wagon train, and this one, it's crazy, like all the death stories and different things that people got into back then in the old days. They ate some persimmons and it killed them, and it's just like just all these crazy stories, like childbirthing stories, the Civil War, traveling across the West in covered wagons, and having to fight to survive, and just all the crazy stories. Really into that. So this kind of reminds me of that. It's like it's his literal relative, and he's telling a story about him. He wrote a song about him. His like great great grandfather, and they were making fun of his name because he has a really funny name. I think it was Elmer. What was it? Elmer something. Elmer Ellsworth Gourley is his like second great grandpa or third great grandpa. I think it's his second great grandpa. And he was like a school teacher. He got his eye plucked out by a chicken or a rooster when he was a kid. And he's a good looking guy too. He's like very handsome and distinguished in his picture. Even though he's missing an eye or his eye's messed up, he's still like very attractive. And Sona was talking about that. She's like, wow, he's really attractive. So yeah, I wanted to react to the song with you guys about Matt Gourley from Conan's podcast, Conan Needs a Friend. His great great grandfather, Elmer Ellsworth Gourley, he wrote a song about him. It's on their album, and it has a cool looking music video, like a retro cool looking music video with an old printer. The band is called Townland. They have a YouTube channel with all their songs, music videos posted up on it. So the band is called Townland. The song is called Eyesore. I feel like I'm going to have to really pay attention to this one because it's a song that's telling a story. It's really cool old printer. Chicken feet. I love this. The sound already. I don't know what you would call this type of music. It's kind of country, old-fashioned. That picture was the actual picture of him. It showed. It was very quick. So we're talking about Elmer Ellsworth Gourley. It's kind of like his life story told in this cool picture printer thing. He got his eye plucked out by a chicken or whatever when he's a kid. And now he's getting married. She loved him. She didn't care about the eye. It's so cool. I love the sound of the song. I love the music video. I don't know. It's just really creative. It's just like right up my alley. I don't know why. It's just like something that I like. I don't know. Perpetrator, victim. Moody guitar solo. Quality through quantity. Wow. I just love the lyrics. They're very creative. The wording of everything. Dime store. Uh, what is this? Eyesore dime store. Rooster schmooster. Like, I don't know. It's very well written, I think. That printer is so cool. I have no idea how that thing works, but eyesore. Yeah. I definitely got to check out some more of their songs from the album Honey on the Hi-Fi. Available everywhere. I have a feeling that would be my favorite song off their album, though, but who knows? There might be some other good gems on there. I just love the storytelling of it, and I love the imagery, the kind of going through this guy's life, and the rhymey words. I don't know. It might be something that nobody else likes like I do, but this channel's about me kind of sharing stuff I like to the world, and something I discovered, but maybe you hadn't heard about it, so here you go. You know? And there's a lot more funny and cool stuff on if you go down the Conan O'Brien rabbit hole. There's all kinds of entertaining things connected with him. Super funny skits and things that he's done. Unfortunately, I can't react to them on my channel because I've already seen him a million times, so it would be kind of weird, but yeah, he's really funny, really cool guy. I really need to do my nails. They're horrible. They're like, got a little bit on here. It's rubbed off. I just keep forgetting about them. I'm not good with my nails. Anyways, this is a long video. I'm tired of editing these long videos. It's a pain in the butt. I need to get some shorter ones.